Hi, this is Miss Owens teaching you how to play multiplication pathways. The only thing you'll need is the game board and a dry erase marker and the sheet protector that is in your binder. So that way you can write on the paper over and over and over again because you'll need a lot of erasing. So probably an eraser too, like a tissue or your finger works great. So the first player takes a turn by covering up two numbers. And so this player is going to do 1 and 5. 1 times 5 is 5, so they are going to mark it here. So your first answer or your first product has to be either 8, 5, 0, or 4 because this is the start side. So then player 2 is going to come in with the eraser, but they only get to erase one of these numbers down here. So since player 2 says, ooh, there's 10, and 5 times 2 is 10, I'm going to get rid of that 1. I can cover up 5 and 2, and then I can cross out 10. Then the next player is going to go, I want to go to 20. I already have 5 covered up, so I can get rid of the 2 and cover the 4. Now I covered up 20. It has to go, you have to do a space that is either horizontal, vertical, or diagonal next to the space before it. So this one person, the circle person, if they wanted to cover up 8, they could because it's diagonal to the 20. So they're going to cover up the 8 and they're going to move this 5 over to the 2 because 2 times 4 equals 8. Then you just keep going, and the person who gets into one of these boxes first wins. So I'm going to just keep playing, and I'll pause it, and we'll fast forward to the very end. We're not at the very end because this person decided to cover up 0, and 4 times 0 is 0, so they crossed that out. There's nothing that I can do anymore because I can't go to 50 because that would require 5 and 10, and I would have to move both things. I can't go to 10 because that would require 2 and 5 or 1 and 10, and I would have to move both. When you get stuck, you have to erase the whole board and start over. But let's pretend they didn't go to the 0 and see what happens. Okay, so we went from the 8, from 2 times 4 to 1 times 4, 5 times 4, 5 times 6, 6 times 0. And now player 1, the X player, is going to win because they're going to move it over to 6 times 2 and be able to cross out the 12. Congrats, X player, they win. So you're just on a pathway across the board to get to the finish line. If you get stuck, you erase and start over, and you get there by multiplying 2 numbers at the bottom. You can only uncover one number and move it to another. You can only do that for one number each turn. And when you are going along the board, you are going either sideways, up and down, or diagonal to the box that was before it. So here's our pathway that we took this time. Finish. And that's how you play multiplication pathways.